Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Instagram and Facebook. We are jumping in. We're going to get started here just in a few minutes. So hang tight. This is really an important thing, but it's just a question that really has come up with so many people, and I wanted to try and answer it. Ron Reardon's in the house. How are you, my friend? It's been a long time. So say hi on Instagram. I'm going to go live on LinkedIn and Facebook in a second here. And rocking and rolling. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. So, awesome. All right. Let's get this thing started. Hey, I'm just looking at the camera. I just came in. I got motorcycle hair because I was wearing a helmet. But I wanted to jump in here and say hello to y'all on this crazy Wednesday, July 14th. Now, that date is important because I wanted to talk about something that goes into effect July 15th. Actually, it doesn't go into effect. You'll probably receive checks. Here's the thing. Had a couple of questions come in from some clients or people on the internet. They asked me about this whole new thing called the expanded child tax credit. And how does that apply? Does it apply? Does it apply to them? Where do they get the money? How do they get the money? All of those things. So we're going to do a short live here. I thought it would be good to do a short live and let's just talk about what it is, who it applies to, how to make sure you get it. Because look, you're talking about $300 to $3,600 per child in cash. It doesn't offset the cost of the children, but it certainly helps a little bit. All right. So let me know if you're coming in, say hello and all that. So let's do this. Here's what it is. The child tax credit, the expanded child tax credit, there was historically a child tax credit in place for those in the U.S., for those that had children under age 17. It was about $2,000. The stimulus bill that President Biden signed into law in March expanded the child tax credit for those that have children 17 and under. And what it did is it increased the $2,000 to $3,000 for those children that are between ages 6 to 17 and to $3,600 for those children that are ages less than 6 years old. So from birth to 6, okay? And so you if you have a child and they have a social security number and they have lived with you for more than 6 months out of the year, you have the opportunity to get this child tax credit. In fact, get a check back from the government for the purposes of doing what you're doing, for purposes of you're a parent. They're trying to offset. They're trying to help people with that. Now, there are some requirements. There's some things that come into play, and they've done some really interesting things that are trying to get the money into your hands sooner than later in doing that. It's not normal that they do this, so let's just talk about how this plays out. When we talk about this credit, qualification are going to be those people that are dependent. So you're qualified to receive the tax credit, $3,000 or $3,600 per child, if you have a qualifying dependent, that is someone that is under age 17 that has a social security number and has lived with you more than 6 months. Okay? So if you have that, then you qualify for it. Now, there are some income limitations. So in order to get the full $3,000 or $3,600, in order to get the full credit, if you're married filing joint, your income can't be more than $150,000 a year. If you're a head of household, then your income can't be more than $112,500. Now, if your income is above $150,000 or $112,000, doesn't mean you don't get the credit. It just means you don't get the same amount of credit, and they start to phase it out. It actually, where you don't get any credit at all is as a head of household if you make $200,000 and as married filing joint $400,000. So Those are the limits. As long as you're making below $150,000 as a married couple, or $112,500 as head of household, you'll get 100% of the credit. Otherwise, you get phased out. Now, how is this going to get paid out? Now, here's the cool thing that they're doing. Let's assume that you have one child, and that child is under 6 years old. That means that you're entitled to $3,600. And what they're going to do, starting tomorrow, ooh, I got some hearts, I like that. Starting tomorrow, they're going to cut a monthly check for you for 50% of the credit. So $1,800 over 6 months on the 15th of each month. So starting July 15th, August 15th, September 15th, October. So the 15th of each month, you'll get 50% of the credit, $1,800. And in other words, if I'm doing the math right, it's $250 or $300, depending on whether the child is under 6 or over 6. Okay? That means you're going to get a check from the government, a monthly check from the government up front for half the credit. Now, this only applies for 2021. It applies from July to December. I don't know what's going to happen after that. They have to either extend it or it just goes away. So this is a benefit for 2021. That's why this is so important for you to think about. Do you qualify, and make sure that you're in the game to make it happen. So you're going to pay half the credit out in cash as a check. Yes, that is for each child, as a check to you. The other half of the credit will come on your tax return as an offset to any taxes or as a refund to you. So you'll get the other 50% when you file your tax returns for 2021. It is a 2021 benefit that they put in place. And so when you look at it that way, you look at how many children you've got under the age of 18, 17 and below. Look at your income level, and then you may qualify for this, and you'll get your 50% monthly starting tomorrow through the end of the year, and then the remaining 50% will come in when you file your tax return. Now, here's one other benefit of this whole thing. This tax credit is a refundable tax credit, which there's a couple of different credits ways that credits can be done. A credit is something that you subtract from your taxes. So if I owe $1,000 and I have a tax credit of $500, then I subtract the $500 from the $1,000 and I only pay $500. That's what a tax credit is. It's a dollar for dollar reduction of the taxes you pay. Now, some tax credits are not refundable. In other words, if I have a tax credit of $1,000, but I only have taxes of $500, I can't get the additional $500. So, in other words, it'll be limited by the amount of tax I have. That's not the case with this child tax credit. It is a refundable credit. If you pay zero in taxes and you have a child that qualifies you to get this credit, you will get the credit. You'll get a check back from the government for the $30,000 or $3,600, absent or subtract out the monthly payments that they gave you. So, bottom line is it's a refundable credit that you're going to get back whether or not you owe tax or not. Okay, so that's the way that plays out. Two other nuances that I want to just throw out there. One, because it applies to my son. So some of you know, if you've been following me, I'm looking at the date. In just a touch over 2 weeks, I am due to be a grandpa. I'm due to be a granddad of a beautiful little granddaughter named Emily. And that means that what happens? They had a child in 2021. What happens? Well, it's a 2021 tax credit. They get a chance to apply for that for 2021 when the baby's born. So if you've had a child in 2021, then you can apply for the credit. Now, here's the thing. There is a link on the IRS website that allows you to actually tell the IRS, hey, had a child, my status changed from last year to this year because I have a child and I qualify, so you can start to get those monthly checks. If you don't get the monthly checks, that's fine. It'll get taken care of when you file your tax returns, but know that that's the case. The other nuance is this. What if you're divorced? Okay, what if you're divorced and you have a child? Who gets the credit? Because you can't both get the credit, and the IRS won't split the credit. Only one parent gets it. And the way it works is that it's going to be the custodial parent that gets it. Okay? Whoever has custody and whoever's taken the dependency deduction for 2021 is entitled to the full credit. And that's the way that goes. So I wanted to jump in here because here's the thing. July 15th, tomorrow, is the date that the first checks are supposed to be sent out or the first payments are supposed to be made. If in 2020 you did not get a child tax credit or you didn't qualify or you didn't file a return, you're going to want to go to the IRS website and register so you can start getting those payments. And if you don't get those payments or you do get those payments, when you go to your tax preparer for this year, you want to make sure that they and they should, if they're proper taxpayers, they'll ask the question. You want to make sure that they're going to take what you are entitled to based on the rules. And so, when you file your returns for 2021, you want to make sure that they apply the child tax credit for the number of children you have that are qualified dependents for that. So that's it. I just want to jump in here really quickly and answer those questions because I had a lot of people that were asking the questions, and I think that it's important and it's timely. It's important. Not normally I don't do these types of sessions where I'm sitting back and saying, well, let me give you some tax stuff. But remember, here's the thing. The Affluent Entrepreneur Show, some of the stuff that I'm doing, it's here to help you. This is about your financial journey. It's about your financial independence. It's about helping you become financially liberated. And so whatever I can do to help you with that, you let me know, aside from sending you a check, all right? But the government's going to send you a check. Here's the thing. If you've got questions, if things are coming up that are finance questions, business questions, entrepreneurship questions, wealth building questions, all of those things, anything, money, all that stuff, send it to me, text it to me, DM me, post it in the comments, let me know so I can do some more lives, so I can bring you onto the show, so I can bring them on the show and start answering. And if you haven't already done so, go to the affluententrepreneurshow.com and make sure you're a subscriber. Download it. Listen to it. The reviews have been off the charts. The feedback has been amazing. This is a safe place for us to have money conversations, wealth conversations, and help you find that financial independence. So I just want to jump in here real quick, say hello, give you some information that can make a difference. And if you qualify, you have children that are under the age of 18, check it out. You might be entitled to $3,600 per child. If you qualify, don't let that go. All right? They start sending out checks for 50% of it tomorrow. All right? Cheers to y'all. You guys keep rocking, keep crushing it. Let me know. Let's have conversations. Let's make this thing happen. And remember this, to always live a life that outlives you. Cheers. See ya.